everyone, welcome to another video from the Rita Berman Asian page that we've been doing. We have this really interesting picture today. I'm trying to have a little look and work out quite what's happening. We've got quite a few pieces of parchment and I'm thinking I'll do those first and then I'll know sort of where I'm at. So I'm going to use the yellow ochre light. Now what I think this is all a sort of ink writing items. So these sort of brushes being used to dip in ink and write with, and we can see that here. So I'm not really sure whether the brushes would be different colours or whether they'd all be wood, just plain wood. The ones I've seen have always been just a sort of plain wood. Now I'm doing the parchment in this sort of yellowed colour just because I don't want to leave it white. And I think it gives this sort of almost oldie, romantic-y look to them. I think I'm going to colour that one and this one. You could do them in different colours, but I don't know, I'm thinking they would all be the same. I don't know why I'm thinking that. Yeah, let's leave that there. I'm still sort of trying to work it all out. I'm thinking the top and bottom here are probably wood, so let's do that bit next. Let's use a dark brown. Let's use the burnt umber. I'm colouring in a cross way as if, because we've got lines drawn on this, as if there's a little bit of grain in the wood or something. So we'll do it like that. I'm assuming the bottom is wood as well. And this bit on here. Now I don't know what that is at all. And this to me looks like it might be a wooden sort of tub, but I don't really know either, so I'm just going to colour that in with this. I should be going that way. Let's say I don't really know. But we'll just, I'll just muddle through and yeah, we'll hope it's fairly right. Now the ends of the paintbrushes I'm thinking might be a sort of brownish, light brownish colour really. I have the brush I've got here is black, but I'm going to use my terracotta light to do these. And I'm thinking maybe I'll do all the handles coloured, but I'll do them all the same colour to match, so it looks like it's a matching. Maybe that'll look good. I can't speak. I'm thinking, I quite like the idea of doing some blue on white china. So if I do that first, then I can think about the brushes after maybe. But white, maybe I'll do blue and blue rather than blue on white. What colour's that? We've got a delft blue here. Should be a good place to start. I'm thinking actually if I do the main parts of the china blue and leave little areas white, instead of doing the, like naturally I would have done that thinner piece blue, then it will still look blue on white, but it won't look like I haven't coloured half the page. I know I shouldn't worry about it really. Now for here I can't really see. I think I'm going to colour this bit all in blue, and I might go over those swirls in a white pen. That might work better. Now what I am trying to do with this container is to make it darker on the edges so that it looks a little bit shiny. You can see there that looks a little bit like shine, also makes it look more rounded, which I always like to do. I find it's a really simple way to make it look slightly more realistic. girls think is fun. There we go. And the bottom. And I'd like to do the same with this one. They've got quite a complex picture on here. What I'm going to do with this one is colour it all in this blue and then use the white pen over it. And I've just got to hope that this is this blue doesn't bleed. Blues usually don't, but one of my blues, Black Widow blues, does. It goes pink when I put white pen over it. But I'm hoping this one won't. If it does, it does. That's just what it is, isn't it? I've got some bleed proof white somewhere. Whoops. Getting my cardigan caught on the corner of the book. I just want to darken up that edge. Okay. Now I'm thinking I'm liking this blue look. I'm going to grab a different blue. This is a Prussian blue, and this sort of tiling or whatever it is on the bottom, I'm going to do every other one in this dark blue. I might leave the other one white, I might not. I'll decide later. I'm not sure how. I'm not going to try and carefully calculate the pan. Just going to go for it. Just make sure I get it right here. That's it. There we go. I hope everyone's okay today. As you can see, it's quite cold. I've got my wrist warmers on today. Now, I've got these tiles. I'm thinking I quite like these to be blue as well. It's I find the desk in here gets quite cold. Radiator right behind my desk, but I don't know if it's just the wood. It just holds the cold for a while. So my hands get cold, but my hands are always sensitive to cold anyway. This bit is a bit hard to get to. What I'm doing is lifting up the other page so that the book has got less of a bend in it, and then I can get in a little bit better. There we go. Sometimes you have to push it down a little bit at the spine and lift that one in so that you can get in there. Okay, I'm no nearer to making a decision with regards to what I'm doing. But these are sitting on a little platform, and I thought I would colour that in the same colour as this bit, but I don't really know what that is. And I'm just going to grab a blue. I think we might end up with quite a blue, looking picture. I'm going to use the sky blue. We used that for the last one, didn't we, for the actual sky? So I'm going to pop this on here. Now under here I think this should be a little bit darker, so I'm just going to layer it up a little bit more. Keep this bit a little bit lighter. Like that. There we go. And then do a lighter version up here. Now I'm thinking I want to introduce another colour. I don't have to. Again, I'm just going to lift up the side of the book to do this bit. But I think the others, I suppose the one above, that's just red, orange and yellow. So we don't have to. It's a tricky decision, isn't it? But I need something for that background. I could go really light blue. I could go grey. I'm thinking grey. I want a grey. I'm going to use my cool grey. I can find it. There we go. The background. Now here where Rita's drawn more dots, we know we need to layer up a little more. And then less where there's no dots. So it helps us. Again here, a little more in this corner. press too hard, because even though this says it's a cool grey, it's quite intense. I find the cool grey and the cool grey deep are actually surprisingly similar, and we don't have a really light grey, so we just have to try not to push down too hard, not to layer up too much. But got circles here, I'm not sure what that is. They're too small for me to do anything about at the minute, so I'm just going to go over them. Just realised that bit there is the inside of the pot, so I'll have to go back over that in a minute. Now, still trying to think about what colour to do the brushes, and I think I'm wondering red. I don't know why. I just think a pinky red might look nice. But maybe an orangey red will work better with the sort of browny colours that we've got going on. I can hear the magpie outside, I don't know if you can. It makes a sort of chattering noise in the tree. I still haven't got the bird's nest out of my garden, it's been too cold to go out there. But yeah, as I was saying once before, you may have missed that video, that it was really windy and it blew a nest out of the tree into the garden. It's an old nest. There's quite a few old nests in that tree, to be honest. They did use one this spring, well, last spring. We're nearly up to new spring, aren't we? Just tidying up a little bit with my grey. Now, as I say, we need to do the inside of that pot. Now that was the Delft blue. So just there, that bit there, I'm layering it up a bit because it's the inside, it will be a bit darker. There's just a tiny detail. Now our brushes, I was saying it's sort of pinky red. Just looking at what I've got, I'm thinking that the cadmium red, it looks quite pinky. I think I'm going to sharpen it, it's a bit blunt. I think just having a little splash of colour in the middle might just look nice, but you can judge and see what you think. So I'm going to start lightly, and then I'm going to put a little extra on each side, and hopefully it will help to make it look a little more rounded. I quite like this splash of colour. I don't think it would be in keeping with what might be right, but I'm not too worried about that, really. Here we are. Now this is a sort of different type of brush. It's almost like it's just a piece of fabric all wrapped round. Maybe this top bit can be red, and maybe that, maybe we'll make that as if it's like a handle, and then that bit in the, what did we use? Did we use the terracotta light? I think so. The brush. Yeah. Oh, I don't know actually. I think it is. Yeah. Now, I'm going to grab my white pen. I've got Posca here to do some on this jar. Remember I said I was going to go over that black in white. That's what I'm going to do. Just go over those black marks. That's quite thick. And here. Like that. Those dots as well. I don't know what they are. Now, we have used stickles on every picture. Last time we found it a little tricky working out where to put them, and I am having the same trouble now. I've got various colours, let me see. I'm going to do this one. This is called Christmas Red. It's probably hard for you to see, and I'm going to put it on the brushes. I just want to have a bit of fun. It might not be a good idea. I think they should sort of be the main focus of the picture, which is why I've made them red. But I think this might just make them look even more special. It'd be quite uncomfortable to hold a paintbrush that had glitter all over the handle, wouldn't it? Hopefully it's got a glaze on top so it's not too rough. There we go. Just looking carefully. See if that, yeah, I'm happy with that. I will show you the shine in the camera. Oop, in a minute. Hang on, let's pop the lid back on. There you go. So there we are. There is that little one done. So as I say, I get the colours quite dull really, but the brushes really stand out. It's up to you whether you do something like that, or whether you change up the colour of the papers and things like that. It's completely up to you. But I'm quite happy with that, even though I say I don't think it looks very authentic. But thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a really lovely day and happy colouring.